Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
EJ Boxing Live. What's going on, bro?
I'm good, bro. Like, listen, bro. Over here, it's mayhem, right? I don't live too far from. I don't live too far from a 24-hour Tesco's. Like that was your equivalent of Walmart, right? Yeah. And I thought, let me go over and get some hand wash, bro. No hand wash. I said, what do you mean? There's no hand wash? But they had deliveries like 3 a.m, right? So I got to come back 3 a.m. just to get some hand wash. But but at the same time, the woman goes, there's going to be no toilet paper in today. There's no toilet paper. I know I stocked up like last week, 2 weeks ago. I ain't got that many. I got like 3 rolls, whatever, like 6s. Like, so I got like 9, 6, 12, 20 something. Let's just roll just in case, right? But when I went there, it's like, yo, there's no toilet paper. So they're giving deliveries about everything else, but there's no thing. The aisles are empty. People have been fighting. I've been talking to the staff. They said, yo, there's fighting. Even to the point, these stars, right? You know the trolley where you wheel the stuff out? Mm-hmm. People are taking stuff from the trolley, so they didn't even get time to put it on the shelves. They're just taking it straight from the basket where they wheel the food in. There is some serious fights going on. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna beat the crowd. I'm gonna wake up like 3, 4 a.m. and get what I need to get, because that's when the delivery just comes in. And the guy started laughing. He goes, yeah, you smart. I said, yeah. I'm like, I ain't gonna wait until the daytime and start fighting. But people literally generally panicking and scared. Sometimes I point to myself, some people are looking for this in their lives. You know what I mean? They want to fight and have a reason to punch people in the face. Apparently, some Asian people were attacked and stuff like that. And people fighting. I think people are looking for an excuse to just, be what's that vigilante? Yeah, people are looking for a thing to be a vigilante. You know what I mean? Just do stuff and say it's because of cholera. And the thing is, right, in the supermarkets, the police ain't trying to come down, and the security ain't trying. The security is overwhelmed. The police ain't trying to come down because they're worried about catching it as well. So it's a real pandemic here in the UK. The president, Boris Johnson, the prime minister, he said, what are you gonna do if you feel like you got the symptoms? Stay in your house for a week. I was like, yo, how can someone stay in a house for a week? They need to work. But they're slowly shutting down certain venues. The amateur boxing is still going on, because I went to the yesterday, but the Premiership, I think they stopped for about 2 weeks to see what's going on, and they're going to assess it at that point. And there's actually live basketball going on in a small arena, and the boxing, Daniel Dubois' sister, she fought in the qualifiers in the co-op box today. So sporting endeavors are still going on, even though this is out. And it's like, yo, that's why they're kind of blaming the prime minister, because you're thinking, well, all these people are meeting and mingling, hand wash and touching things and that. It's not a good idea. So it's real a panic over here in the UK. I'm like you, these stars. I'm like, what's the big thing? I was like that until I went there and I said, there's no bloody hand wash. Now, can you imagine? Until I run out of time, if I run out of toilet paper, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'll be a bit chippy. Bro. But like I said, I go like 3 a.m. when the delivery just comes in, but they had no toilet paper, so it's pretty hectic over here.
Yeah, I get that's what I mean. Like other problems are gonna rise from this panic. You know what I mean? Like, just think about it, bro. Like, if there's an old person that can't get a hold of toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and soap, they can get the flu, they can get a cold, like they can get other diseases that aren't the coronavirus, you know what I mean? Or the coronavirus itself, and then it's going to spread even more because none of this is around. And I know Maypac asked, maybe these people know something we don't know. Nah, bro, people are just panicked, bro.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Like my friend that overstocked, he doesn't know anything I don't know. He just, you know what it is, bro? There's people that are over panicking, and there's the people that know people are over panicking. So they're overstocking as well because they don't want to deal with the bullshit you dealt with yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I saw like 10 rolls of toilet paper right now, I'd probably get all of them if I could get away with it.
Yeah.
Not deal with this.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll even want it to.
I know. But you see, the thing is, the people stacking the toilet paper, if they're in a family and they've got kids and stuff like that, I can understand if they're a family and they got more. That's probably why for them and their family to make sure they got the toilet roll. But if you live by yourself, there's only a certain amount. But the thing is, I'm not going to get to the point where he ain't going to run out. Who's that, Umar? Oh, Umar just came in. But what's up, Umar? Oh, I guess he's on mute. Yeah, I'm not going to get to the point of running out. So I always stock up just before I run out. But it was worrying yesterday when I didn't have no hand wash. What do you mean they ain't got no washing up? It's called washing up liquid. Ain't got no washing up liquids. So, to wash the dishes. He goes, nah, ain't nothing. Come back at 3 a.m. And I was like,
What's up, yo? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead, Duma.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I don't know. I mean, finish your thought. When D-Side directs the question, I mean, I'll answer it.
Well, we're talking about the cholera. We're talking about the cholera thing. What do you think about it?
No, I mean, I just, there was in the chat, and what D-Side was saying, I agree with. Like, if all these people are going nuts, buying up all the products, that's going to cause other diseases and other things to spread. That's a fact, because if you can't keep yourself, your cleanliness right, it's good, especially for an old person, bro. They get all kinds of infections and different things. Like there was a reported death today in New York. It's an 82-year-old. Like it's if you notice, it's only old, elderly people that are passing away from this. I think honestly, this is what I think. I think this is an overhyped version or strain of the flu. Younger people, it's not really gonna beat us down, but the elderly people, it's gonna hurt. That's why I've been doing all my mother's shopping. I'm not allowing her or my father to leave the house because I don't want them to catch it because they're in their 60s. They're more susceptible to something wrong.
Yeah. Look, bro, let me show you guys some, okay?
Yeah.
To Ben Omar's point. You guys know that 31 million Americans caught the flu this season? And look how many people were hospitalized because of it. If this was coronavirus, I mean, dude, everything would be shut down, bro. We'll be living under martial law and shit. Okay? And we're getting too close to that for my liking. Right? So no one's saying don't take it serious, but dude, like, people just got to do like the shit you should be doing anyway. Like good hygiene, you should be doing it anyway. Right? Like washing your hands and staying away from dirty shit and covering your mouth when you sneeze and staying away from elderly people when you're sick. It's things that we should be doing anyway. And we're not going to make matters any better or anything like that if we're buying everything and there's people that can't get access to these things. It's going to make the pandemic even worse, right? EJ, were you able to get the toilet paper after all?
No, well, I never went there to get the toilet paper. I went to get the hand wash, but so I definitely got the hand wash, but I got toilet paper. But it was to me it was worrying because I was like, this is the first time I've been to my Tesco's. My Tesco's is a 24-hour Tesco's, right? So I was like, for them to not have it, I was like, yo, but people have been talking to staff. There's been fights, and you know what I'm saying, people actually literally throwing blows over this shit. So I haven't seen it myself because I don't really, I'm not really hanging around Tesco, but the staff, it's worrying for the staff, the security, and even people just, throwing punches and stuff like over the film. But yeah, I eventually got the hand wash. The toilet paper, when she came around, the woman came around, because I know her for years, yeah. She came around and announced there'll be no toilet paper coming today. People was like, what? There's no toilet paper coming today. So she's trying to tell them, so there's no reason to fight, because people, right, when the deliveries come out, I've never seen so many people waiting in the aisles at 3 a.m. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's Christmas. That's how people were waiting, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
the way they gotta sell the toilet paper, hand sanitizer, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They gotta sell it have one lane just for that, and just give one to each person.
Yeah.
Because people are getting out of hand, bro. People are getting in fist fights over toilet paper, dude.
Oh, fist fight.
Bro, I put my camera on, right?
Yeah.
And I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I almost got to a fight. And this is my deep freezer. This is my outside freezer. You see how stacked this shit is? Yeah. I got my whole family on fucking quarantine. We're not leaving. We're not leaving the house. I just want to show you an example. Like, people were trying to fight me over milk. Like, they're out of hand, bro.
Milk.
Yes, bro.
Really? Wow.
It's ridiculous. Like milk was selling out. Everything was selling out.
Wow. That's crazy, bro.
I mean,
first of all, milk expires, so I don't know why people would stock up on milk.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go.
Yeah, and I thought the same thing.
I mean, I'm probably going to go back to the Tesco's again just to see what's
I got a whole bunch of kids in here, so I need milk. But exactly, it expires. So why are you fucking worried about it?
Yeah,
I got another guy here. Let me see who this is. Texan.
What up?
What's going on, bro? What are your thoughts?
Man, it's getting bad and bad every day. You know what I mean? Like, I just went to the store and it was an entire mess. Like, no toilet paper anywhere, no disinfected or anything like that. All I could do was just get some dish soap for the meanwhile, you know.
Yeah.
Just basically those type of essentials, but man. And then as for the milk, I heard you guys were talking about milk and all that, but the only thing I could think of people were getting milk was because of proteins and stuff like that. But it's like somebody said right now, that shit don't last. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there's no need to really stock up on it because it's going to go bad. you know?
Yeah.
But the problem is the meanwhile, like, look, they're not going to run out of toilet paper, guys. You know, like in terms of making it. Yeah. Like it's sold faster than they're ready for. That's why they're not in the shelves right now. Mm-hmm. But believe me, they're going to produce it and they're going to put it back in the shelves within a couple days or a week. So it's going to be there. They're going to be back in the shelves. But people are overstocking, and it's leaving a lot of people that just do the regular shopping without anything.
Yeah, but these styles, right? You're saying that, yeah, but we don't know the people working. They might fall down with the illness because this is the worst thing for me, right? Like, so I was listening. I was like, the symptoms are not really clear. So they say you need dizziness in the head. They said sore throat and, you know, constant coughing and stuff like that, shivering. So that's the symptoms they were saying, right? So the people and the workers, they might feel they have that. And the prime minister said, yeah, you have to stay in your house. So even though I agree with you in producing, but if the workers are falling ill, who's going to put them on the shelves? Because I was looking at the staff, right? And I was looking at the staff and thinking to myself, there's not that many staff. And, you know, people know, but I was like,
I noticed that too, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking to myself, you know, they're working with people and people coming in, but they might get tracked, even in working, they might contract the thing while they're working as well. So
tell you what, look, man, okay? Tell me where it's at, Walmart. I'll go pick it up, bro, okay? You don't need to take it to the shelves, bro. I'll drive to the damn warehouse, bro, right? Just tell me where it's at. But fair point, bro. Yesterday I showed up at, I walked inside the Walmart. You know how they have that, like the sanitizer wipe or whatever? Yeah. So I grabbed one and I turned around. There's no carts. Now the parking lot was half empty. So I was like, what? The carts were just all over the place in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have the regular dude that picks up the carts and puts them inside. You know, that dude wasn't working. You know? So I don't know, that dude called in. Who knows? And I was inside the Walmart, bro. Like no one was putting anything in the shelves, like whatsoever. Like it was like everything was getting pillaged, and you know there was really nothing left, bro.
No,
I'm Mexican.
That's a hell of a word.
Huh?
I said pillage. That's a hell of a word right there, bro.
yeah. It was like legal pillage because they're paying for it, but still, you know what I mean? Yeah. And or that we know of, bro. Because you know what? I saw a lot of items, man, like taken out of boxes and stuff, and like it's a mess, dude. It's a mess.
Yeah, you gotta disinfect those carts too, man. You know, like a lot of people be freaking touching their faces and just like rubbing all those carts and stuff.
It's possible the dude that handles those carts got sick, bro. Imagine how many people touch those things.
Yeah, see, I mean, I wear gloves anyway when I go out. I have gloves all the time, but like, you know what I mean? So I ain't worried about stuff like that. But like now it's got me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was gonna bother me, but like until the state of my shopping center, I said, maybe even if I don't take it seriously, maybe just make precautions. So I gotta keep washing my hands. And I'm like, I don't like the idea that someone's telling you, or you have to do something, whatever. But I think, I don't know, man, this shit is crazy. But it's finally, I didn't think it would bother me, but it's starting to affect me especially when it comes close to home like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, you know, man, I'm more scared of people, bro, than the fucking virus, bro. All right? Yeah, dude, like the way people are overreacting to this, in my opinion, they are overreacting. It's causing a domino effect.
Yes.
You know? So now, just think about it, dude. Like, as soon as they restock, people are going to go pillage it again. Because it's like the Hunger Games out here.
For real, hey, you know what? You ain't even far out, bro. I mean, listen, is it gonna get worse?
And I hate to say this to even bring this up, but I thought about it yesterday. I was at Walmart. There's very few people there, bro. I noticed there wasn't even a security guard there, like there usually is ever since the shootings, bro. But if another crazy dude decides that's a terrible time to do it, but another people show up and shoot up a Walmart, bro, when it's pandemonium in there.
Yeah, people, they tend to be a lot more relaxed now. But then all of a sudden, as soon as this came up, and it became more evident, everything closing up, public gatherings and everything like that, they don't know what to do. They're like all over the place, like, oh my God, what should I do? My God, let me just get these toilet papers, because I see this guy doing it over here because he's a doomsday prepper. So that's their first impulse,
Mm.
Blood was talking about, like, he lives in the country, so he ain't worried. What do you guys think about guys? Because I live in the city, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to live in the country where you got the fresh air, you have the trees.
Yeah,
I don't think them people in the country are getting
it's true. Look, man, the closer proximity you get people together, more illnesses pop up. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's how illnesses, viruses started in the first place, bro. Like in Europe, when people were living in close proximity to each other, and
especially Italy, man. Like, all those close complexes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So yes, living in the country, you're not free from shit. Don't get me wrong. You could still get sick, but
You know how in Texas, like, we have like those lands that people own and stuff with like 20 acres and stuff like that. Those are like one of the few people that are safe as well.
Oh yeah, they're good. And you know what? If they got apple trees, orange trees, and they got like they got the old building, they're good to go, man. They good. They were ready for this stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you guys this: what do you guys make of the? Because I went in earlier about it, but I feel strongly about this, man. There should be certain animals. It should just be like an international law, like to not kill and eat because it's caused so many diseases. I think a bat is definitely one of them. Right.
Yeah. Anything that feeds on like feces and stuff like that, because I've heard also of tilapia. I don't know if you guys heard of that type of sea fish, where people actually consume that, but they don't understand that when they're farming them, those type of fish are like very close together to the point where like they don't really feed them that much, and the only thing they have as their source of like energy, is feces, believe it or not. So like those type of fish, those type of meats, you have to make sure they're wild caught or something like that, not exactly like farmed together. Like you gotta do a little bit more research on those type of animals.
If you guys haven't seen it, man, 60 Minutes Australia has a piece where a reporter goes undercover, kind of not undercover the way we think of it, like cops and stuff, but you know what I mean, like undercover reporting. And I mean, in close proximity, bro, all these wild animals like right next to each other in cages, and that can cause so many problems. It's like not even funny, Yeah,
it's like keeping humans in like a cage together. Like they pass sickness, so can animals.
Yeah, and they talk about all these things, bro. And there's even scientists, saying like we wanted to call this a pandemic because it was, but they don't like us to do it too early because then people could panic and we kind of see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the whole thing's loony, bro. But what are your opinion on EJ? What's your opinion on people eating bats?
Bats, snails, pig. 100%. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I didn't know people eat bats and stuff because I think I'm not gonna say that the Asian people. I don't know. I heard they eat dogs, cats.
Bro, they went undercover, bro. They kill the bat.
Bro, they eat bats, homie. They eat bats.
Yeah.
What do they chop it up and put that into the food?
Just so. I mean, I don't know exactly what to do with it.
That's crazy.
Well, a couple of years back, right? I'll give you an example of what they do, right? In my city, a couple of years back, they did like this. Like kind of what Desai was saying, like this undercover type of sting operation. And Flushing, Queens is basically Chinatown, right? Well, a large section of it is. And they have like these food carts, and they serve meat on a stick, and their menu will say lamb, pork, chicken, whatever, But when they really investigated it, they're serving you cat, rat, dog, bat. Like all kinds of weird shit. And they're serving this to people who are expecting what's paid for, but they're really eating somebody's freaking poodle. That's
that shit should be, their stuff should be locked down. So to answer D-Stars thing, I think there should be a ban, out and out ban of that stuff, bro. But you see what it is, D-Stars, right? If that's the case, people doing that, it's all a money thing, right? It's all a money thing. Even the government.
It explains. I mean, that piece, Vox, has another one about it, and it explains why in China, why they eat these wild animals. Like they have a really good explanation for it.
What's up?
And they will explain it better than I can. But basically, China couldn't really control the food source that well because they're a communist country, and a lot of people were going hungry. You know what I mean? So then they kind of deregulated the food, right? And basically what happened is that since it got deregulated, these farmers and ranchers were able to kind of do whatever they wanted. So that kind of opened the door to get more type of food source out there, to bring in wild animals, bats included, and stuff like that. So that's kind of like a short, kind of dumbed down kind of version of the story. But that's why that's going on. And like Ben Omar said, dude, don't be mistaken, bro. It can happen here too.
Hey,
right?
You know what? That sounds like Game of Thrones with Stannis when he was trapped in his own castle. Shit, they went through the horse.
The Onion Knight had to come save him.
Yeah, bring the bacon and onion.
And the reason people are scared of this, bro, look, the flu killed like 23,000 people last year. You know what I mean? If any other disease did that, like, holy shit. However, we have control of the flu. We kind of already expect the range of these deaths, and we kind of, you know what I mean? We have a better understanding of it. Not treating it as the major cause of deaths, but anyway, we have a vaccine for it and stuff. We just, even people don't even get vaccine, but they're fine because they understand it. Like yeah, if I get the flu, I'll be sick for a week, I'll be all right. The problem with this, bro, the reason people are panicking, bro, it reminds people of like the Black Death, and it reminds people of like the Spanish flu that killed like 50 million people. It's a virus can mutate so fast, and if there's no we don't have any immunities to it, the first people that get it are the most vulnerable. Like they'll die right away. So thankfully, man, I don't think this virus is that bad, bro. If it was that bad, usually the first wave, like if it's that bad, would already be dying. There'll be a bunch of deaths already. And I know people are saying, "Oh, but 73 people died in Italy the other day," but that's not a lot in terms of millions of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they said that in England about death, man. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and look, that's a lot of people, but think of it in terms of millions. I mean, the flu kills more than that. You know what I mean? But we don't put that in perspective. But I just think it's the symptoms of it are very similar to the flu, and aside from the respiratory thing, I mean, it's probably more severe there. But there's a lot of survivors. That one NBA player, I forgot his name, had it. He was in the locker room, and he only one other guy caught it from him. So
that's Rudy Gobert, or was it Donovan?
Yeah, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Yeah.
If it was extremely contagious, the whole team would have caught it, bro.
Yeah, that's a good. But maybe they haven't. They only just put them two out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm hearing reports that only 10,000 people are being tested. So
yeah.
Consider economy, like a lot of people still live in rural America, so like some of them can't even afford them type of tests.
Right.
And what they're doing now, and at least in my city, I don't know about Texas and England, but when you come into Penn Station from out of state, like say you're coming from New Jersey or Connecticut or whatever, they're making you take that test.
Oh yeah.
And if you test positive, then I don't know what they're doing. It's not traveling that way, but they're herding people into taking that test. And that makes me think, like, I'm a conspiracy theorist a bit. That makes me think they're freaking injecting certain people with that crap. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they're doing that. I think this shit's a contagious disease, but I know Big Dog Willie works at the hospital and stuff, so he has a better understanding than I would. It's going to be interesting to see which YouTuber gets it first, bro. Like, if I get it, I'm going to do like a daily report or some shit. I don't know.
Well, let's hope PP gets it. Let's hope PP gets it.
Yeah, well, Peepee's he lives in a van, bro. I don't know what he's gonna do if he gets it. But yeah, man, I just, in all seriousness, I mean, I don't wish it upon anybody, but I think it's inevitable. If you do the math, some YouTubers are gonna get it. You know what I mean? And as bad as that is, at the very least, we'll get some more insight, I guess. You know, are you gonna do some insight on it if God forbid you get it, EJ?
Nah, man. You know I got it when you don't see me for about 6 months. That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna tell people. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you. Well, you already told us.
I'm out of here, bro. Like, cause I'm like, yo, bro. Like, to actually come out and say you've got that, bro. I mean, I don't know. I mean, let's say you did that. Like, what would you think the response is like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's some hard shit. The coronavirus, bro. Like, what if it's not that big of a deal and then you're over it?
They're gonna think you're a dirty ass dude. You don't wash your ass. They're gonna think all different things about you, bro. They don't think you're dirty, bro. That's what some people
I like how EJ said, "I'm not gonna tell anybody, but if you don't see me for a couple of months, you know I got it."
Yeah. My absence speaks. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. But you know what, though? Like, a lot of people are going to get the flu and think they got it. Like, people are going to have the cold and think they got it. Like, it's crazy, dude. And then they're saying, like, don't pass a stigma about it. But, man, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, I was at the Walmart yesterday and the lady started coughing. And I stayed away from her. I didn't go near her. I backed up the cart. Fuck that.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. If I see anybody coughing at this point, I'm doing a 40-yard dash the other direction.
Yeah, like it's like sorry, I'm sorry that offends you, but I'm gonna take off. You know, fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah, well, I saw some guy come on the bus, right? And I wish I would have moved but the thing is, what bothers me is like I become a hypochondriac. So like I'm one of these people. I'm not gonna lie. It happens like if someone starts talking about something, I feel like I feel it. I feel like I got it. So it's like when I don't know why I did. I sat there listening to the Simpsons. Like, yo, shit, I might have it. Like, and then you get paranoid and you run to the doctor and all that stuff. So I'm like, yo, EJ, calm your roll, slow your roll, bro. Like, you have to talk to slow your roll. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave it a day and see how you feel. And I was like, all right, next day I felt better.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, you know what I'm saying? So you have to like, a lot of people ain't feeling like that. Like, as soon as they feel anything, the doctors send me a message, right? If you feel like you got cholera thing, yo, come to the doctors immediately. In the same hour, right? In the same hour, they sent the text message. If you got the collar thing, there's no waiting list. You're gonna have to book it months in advance. I said, what? It's like you want me to come now. Now there's no places now. So I'm like, if you got it, stay. You asked us to stay at home and die. If you're gonna die at home, that's your business.
But by the way, I like how a lot of the capitalists are coming out and asking about what are we gonna do about the testing and I know Ben Shapiro came out. And someone told them, well, let the free market decide. Well, sometimes the free market doesn't work, you know. But apparently, I'm here. I don't know if this is true or not, but someone in the chat saying that that's Bonton South D-Town saying that they're going to do free testing in Walgreens, Walmarts, and CVS's. So,
well, that tells me to avoid Walmart, CVS's, Rite Aids. I'm not going there. I don't want that to do with it.
Right. Yeah, like, I mean, look, man, I'm kind of just staying low for a minute. You know, I'm talking about it. I just want people to like, you know, just to think of that old lady that, you know, depends on, like, you know, her Social Security comes in. And that's when she buys her roll of toilet paper and her hand soap and all that. And you guys are pillaging the place and there's nowhere for her to buy it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Think about the single mom or the parents that have a baby and they need those baby wipes. You know, like the don't fucking stock up months worth of the shit. You know, leave some for people that need it, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get what you need. Don't overdo it. I agree with you.
Yeah, but you're not the law of nature. It's the strongest survive, bro. I don't care about old people, bro. It's the strongest survive.
Yeah, but that's messed up, bro. That's why I said at the beginning of this conversation, I'm doing the shopping for my parents. Because I know that they're not built to be fighting psychopaths. Like, there's a video online. I wasn't at the Costco. I've never been to that Costco. There's a Costco in Brooklyn where they're freaking fist fighting and they're going nuts. I wouldn't want my mother in there.
But EJ, it's the strongest survive, bro. There was some old ass ladies I could have knocked the fuck out and taken their fucking roll of paper if I wanted to. You know what I mean?
No,
it's just so it's not survival of the fittest that's going on.
No, but
here.
that's what I'm saying. No,
this is greed.
Yeah, you're right, greed. But this is the thing, right? All the people doing the greedy stuff, that's how they're rolling. They don't care about, like, I agree with you. They ain't think about no old people. When I look in them aisles, I see people, if the old people ain't getting their shit, like Umar's doing the right thing, he gonna go, yo, mom, dad, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna go do things. I think that's the right way to go about it, because, bruh, you'd hate your moms or anyone, your family members, to go there and someone knocks you out. And because, their excuses because you're trying to fight me for toilet paper. But that's what's going on, bro. That's what's going on. And at least I can wake up 3 a.m. and go get my stuff and fight, right? But like you said, the parents are doing that. I'm just like trying to say, like, that's how people are going on. They're very selfish. They don't give a fuck. And hopefully this thing ends at some point, because I don't know, we might come back on there like next week and the shit is like
well, and hopefully that's not the case, CJ. Yeah. But here's my thing, man. This thing is like, it's just a slightly more severe version of the flu from what I understand. Could it mutate? Can it get worse? Probably. You know what I mean? But it hasn't. But what I will say is this, right? We're definitely not ready for, like, if there's ever a virus where it's like dead on contact type of thing, like you get and you're dead in 24 hours, like something like that, we're not ready, bro.
Yep.
We're not ready for that shit.
And remember Ebola, man. Remember when people were eating bats back then? I thought we actually learned our freaking lesson back then, but unfortunately not, And Ebola actually almost became like this situation that we're in right now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like these bats carry diseases that don't harm them, but if we get some of those diseases, like, they're terrible for you, dude. So I have no idea why people are eating bats, bro. And I know somebody said, well, what if you cook it real good? Like, are you kidding me right now? What if you cook it? I ain't going to eat no bat, right? Like, cut up that shit? Fuck no, bro, right? And I'm telling you, dude, like, I'm not even sure about, like, eating cats and dogs, like, eating street dogs. And these animals eat out of the fucking garbage cans, bro. Mm-hmm. All right? They eat in back alleys and shit. They eat leftover food or other like rats and stuff like that. But why the fuck you want to eat these fucking animals off the street, dude?
Well, the pork. Well, I think the pork's the worst one though, because the pig's a cannibal, bro. You throw a pig meat in there and eat his own stuff. At least birds and that, they got the sense not to do that, but pig, shit.
But let me tell you something, man. I'm not a very religious person, but I think they're onto something with this pork, bro. Like, gotta stay away from this pork. Okay, I'll tell you. That
bacon, that pork, that I agree with you. The bat, the dog, the cat, the pig, all that shit. What's the other one? What about duck? Like duck, I don't know, man.
Tarantulas.
You're funny. People eat tarantulas. That's disgusting, man.
Scorpions, and I don't think the scorpion tarantulas do anything really, do they? Like, I'm concerned about bats and, like, for the most part. You know what I mean? And wild animals, bro. We don't even know, dude, the full scale of other diseases that could come about, dude. Like, you guys got to watch it, man. Australia, 60 Minutes. The guy goes undercover, bro. They had, like, baby cheetahs ready to eat them and shit. Wow. You know what the fuck's in the baby cheetah, dude?
Some people eat raccoons and squirrels and stuff, man, as well.
People got to stop, bro.
Yeah.
Squirrels got rabies or something like that naturally, right?
Yeah. Raccoon, squirrels, all that shit. They out there hungry, bro. They eating anything.
And before someone comes like, D-Style, you're being xenophobic against Asians. And let me tell you something, bro. I've spoken out against Europeans that are out there hunting lions and shit. Okay. For sport. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we have to diagnose the problem. We got to go at the root of the problem. And that's.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Let me. So I'll put it like back when London had the plague, right? They didn't realize it was from the rats, right? So when the Great London burned down the city, they burnt out the rats, they burnt out the plague, right?
Damn. Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is that maybe one of these animals are carrying that shit, and like they're roaming around the film, because I'm thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's an animal out there that we're treating or something like that has the fucking thing that is carrying the virus, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I still think the Black Death is out there, believe it or not, you know, like somewhere in all these like billions of rats on throughout the world, you know, like at least one of them is carrying it.
Yep. Yeah. And I also saw, bro, like in that same Vox thing that there's a scientist that believes that this coronavirus, it's just an older plague that just passed on to animals and it kind of mutated back to humans, you know? Like these viruses, bro, like they mutate, bro, and they get stronger. Like you know, we built the immunities to them. They're trying to, like, a virus survives in our cells and stuff. So when we kill it, it has to find a way to adapt, just like we adapt to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't want to die off either. You know, so this is why we need to start like being very strict about, you know, like what the fuck is people are eating. We have to regulate this shit. And bats, it should be international law, bro. Like anyone who kills and you know, bats and, you know, slaughters them for, you know, to sell it to people and shit like that so they could consume it. A person like that should be like put like death penalty, bro. I know that's, or like jail for life or some shit.
100%,
I mean, we lock people up for fucking smoking marijuana. Marijuana ain't causing all this. Look at this bullshit. Ain't no weed causing people to panic, bro. I think people get more weed in their life.
Yeah. What you think about them closing all the boxing fights now? We had the biggest fight, Fury and Wilder just gone. But it seems
that's
like
good.
All the boxing seem like it's they're shutting it down. I think Top Rank shut there down.
As a precaution, I'm okay with the next 2-3 weeks saying, okay, we're not gonna
no boxing,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some old fights in the meantime.
There's always the thing about boxing, bro. Man, we have a whole like library of shit we could talk about.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're never out of material when it comes to boxing, bro. I do got to run a little bit, guys, but I'll let you guys kind of give your final words here. Ben Umar, any thoughts?
You still there? Umar still there?
We could always come back to Umar. Texan, any thoughts, bro? Any advice and anything that's come to mind?
Yeah, all I gotta tell people is, regardless if you're not gonna panic, regardless like if you believe like this is all hysteria, this, that, and third, just stay away from crowds. Just stay away from crowds. Stay at your house if you can. You know, like if you have a job, work on the internet, work online. You know, turn digital. I mean, like we're already in that era, so that's my take on it. And it's been a pleasure, D-Style, by the way.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Maybe we could get you on and talk some boxing or something when we get back over that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. You there, Ben Umar?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
What's on, bro?
Closing statement, Umar.
Yeah.
Oh, closing statement on the coronavirus.
Yeah.
I just hope people freaking. My best advice to people is if you can, stay at home as much as you can. That's all I can say. I know they closed my kids' schools, so I'm pretty much on duty until they open it back up.
Shit.
So I mean, well, I got my daughter, and she's 3, so she's not in school, but she goes to daycare. They cut that down, and then my sister had some kids. She passed away, so I took them, and they're all between the ages like first grade to freaking middle school. So like all their schools got shut. So it's pretty much hectic around here. That's why I was saying I was trying to get some milk. I need that cereal. I can't be making eggs out there morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you know, man, and I'm sorry to hear about your sister, man. But
thanks, bro.
What's crazy is, what are they expecting? Is like, I don't know what your situation, but are you able to work full time, or you're having to like?
No, like I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I have a union. I have a union behind me. So they can't do nothing to me. But not everybody has that luxury.
Right.
And a lot of people, if they don't go to work, they'll lose their jobs. They'll be replaced. So this is just a terrible situation, bro, because what are you going to do with your children when your schedule is set around your children going to school in the morning and coming home at night? But now your children are home all day. What are you going to do? Not everybody can afford babysitters and daycare. Not everybody has family members that are willing to, help them out. Like that. This is a messed up situation for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. I have a lot of kids are gonna be left alone, bro, at the house. Like,
And it's gonna have to be, bro. It's gonna have to be because people got to keep that roof over their kids' head at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if they go to work and they're ill, I feel sorry for people who work. Yeah. And like if they're not working, they can't get paid. There's some jobs that if you don't attend, you don't get the pay. There's some jobs that obviously, like Umar says, he's in the union. So if he ain't working, they gonna give him some money because he pays for the union. So Umar's lucky that way, bro. But so what I'm saying. But
what about you, EJ? What are your thoughts, bro? Any words of advice?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like I remember the year 2000. I think it was 99 or I think there was a lot of like Walking Dead. Like what's it, 24 hours, viruses and zombies, apocalypse and all that shit going on, right? But never you'd think in 2020 all them like things we used to watch now has come to pass. Like I'm not saying everyone's a zombie, but viruses, you know what I'm saying, breakout and stuff like that. And like, I ain't gonna lie to yourself, like in my mind, I always think like the best of everything, right? But I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a bit worrying. You know what I mean? It's a bit worrying for me because I think to myself, you worry about family members. My mom told me she didn't get she went down to the shop, she couldn't get no toilet roll. She went here and that, she couldn't get no toilet roll where she was living, right? She's not in London. I goes, what? Real? She goes, yeah, there was nothing down there, nothing nowhere, it's all gone, stuff like that. And I was like, well, I don't know if my mom's got something, I'll probably call her later. And then my brother as well, he goes, he feel like when I was talking to him, he goes, my throat feels sore. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? So my brother's starting to think he has the symptoms, he don't know. And I was like, I'm like, yo, man. So it's like it's really affecting a lot of people who watch the TV and they're worried and stuff like that. But I just say to myself, like, all we can say at this point, right? Sit, wait, see how things are. Leave yourself a couple of days. Make sure you're eating like water, plenty of water, fruits and stuff like that. And let's try to wait this thing out. But hopefully it gets better. That's all I can say, man. If it doesn't, we're gonna come back in here. And we're gonna say it is. So I just hope the thing gets better and we go back to normality.
Gotcha, man.
DJ Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.